Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel where art and creativity meet. Today we will be making a very special work together, a painting of a dung beetle. Don't worry if you have never drawn these little creatures before because I will guide you step by step from the basic sketch to the final details so that you can confidently create a picture that comes to life. First, prepare your drawing paper pencil eraser, and if you want watercolors or colored pencils to color your picture. We will start with observation. A good picture comes from looking closely at your subject. Imagine a dung beetle lying on a leaf or on the ground. Its body is oval, quite round, and has a hard, shiny shell. Its head is small, slightly pointed forward, with two short, hard antennae and small eyes located close to the head. If you look closely, you will see that the beetle's body is divided into two main parts, the thorax and the abdomen. The thorax connects to the head and is responsible for supporting the wings, while the abdomen is round, often brightly colored, and sometimes has dotted or striped patterns. Now we will sketch out the overall shape. Use a pencil to draw a slightly flattened oval horizontally. This will be the main skeleton of the beetle. Don't try to get too detailed at this stage. The goal is to create good proportions. Next, mark the position of the head with a small triangle at one end of the oval. The thorax can be suggested by a slight curve connecting the head and the body. You can use light strokes to make it easier to edit later. Next, we will add details to the legs. The beetle has 6 legs, 3 on each side, connected from the thorax. The legs are slightly curved and clearly segmented. Start with the front legs, drawing them in sections, remembering that the legs get longer as you go back and slightly wider on the sides. Don't stress too much about being absolutely precise. The important thing is to create a sense of balance and naturalness. Once the legs are done, we'll move on to the wings and the carapace. The wings of the beetle are actually under the carapace, but if you want to add some life to the drawing, you can leave a little of the edge of the wing exposed behind the carapace. The carapace can be drawn as a curve that divides the abdomen lengthwise. Be careful to create a gentle curve to give the impression that the carapace is round and shiny. If the beetle you've chosen has any patterns, such as dots, sketch them in evenly, not necessarily evenly, to create a more natural feel. Once you've finished sketching, the next step is to highlight the details. You can use a darker pencil or pen to redraw the main lines, such as the outline of the body, legs, antennae, and carapace patterns. Move gently, stroke by stroke, so that the lines don't look too busy. Note that shadows and light are also important. Identify the light source in the painting, for example, from the top left, and mark the light shadows with a thin pencil line or by erasing the light areas. Once the details are clear, you can start coloring. If you are using colored pencils, apply a light base layer first, then gradually build up the darker colors in the shadow areas. With watercolors, start with light layers, allowing the paint to dry between layers before adding darker colors. For scarab beetles, the hard shell is usually bright red or orange with black or dark brown dots. The legs and head are usually darker, almost dark brown. When coloring, try to emphasize the light by leaving a few small white areas on the shell, creating a glossy effect. Don't forget the environment around the scarab beetle. A green leaf, a piece of grass, or a small patch of dirt can be enough to set the scene and bring the painting to life. Draw the leaves with soft curves, adding veins to create depth. You can blur the background by lightening the color to make the beetle stand out more. Finally, check the whole picture. See if the proportions, details, and colors are harmonious. You can emphasize small details such as the antennae, legs, and dots on the shell to make the picture more vivid. A little tip is to look at the picture from a distance. This will help you notice the unbalanced points that you might miss when looking closely. When you feel satisfied, you can sign and keep your work. So we have completed the picture of the beetle from the first sketches to the final layer of color. Through this process, you not only learned how to draw a small creature, but also practiced your observation meticulousness and color coordination skills. Hopefully your picture has become lively and has its own mark. Try drawing more beetles with different colors and patterns to practice and improve your skills. Thanks for watching today's video, and see you in the next art tutorials. And now that you have completed your beetle painting, take a moment to admire and appreciate your work. Look closely at every detail from the round body, the tiny legs, to the delicate patterns on the beetle's shell, and you will realize that every line, every color bears your own mark. This is what makes the work unique. No two paintings are exactly alike because art always reflects the artist's personality and way of seeing the world. Painting is not just about recreating the image of a creature or a scene, but also a journey to practice patience, subtlety, and observation and unlimited creativity. A small beetle seems simple, but when you observe it carefully and express it with strokes, it becomes lively and attractive. Let this painting remind you that beauty is always in the smallest things, and that sometimes it is the meticulousness and attention to detail that creates the greatest joy and excitement in the creative process. If you feel inspired, challenge yourself by drawing more dung beetles in different colors and patterns, or explore other small creatures in nature. Each time you do this, you will practice your observation skills, improve your proportions, color combinations, and gradually improve your creativity. And don't forget to share your work with friends, family, or on art platforms because every work deserves to be seen and appreciated. Finally, remember that art is a journey, not a destination. Each painting you draw is a step forward in that journey. Enjoy the process, learn from small mistakes, and always believe in your creativity. Thank you for taking the time to draw with me today, and I hope you had a fun, relaxing, and inspiring time. See you in the next art tutorials where we will explore more unique creature scenes and ideas to bring your imagination to life.